Hello sir, myself Jyoti, and today I will be explaining about process creation, how the process works from when it moves from one process to another process. The questions given is here, like to create the process hierarchy and perform the following operations. First, process A gets seconds as an input from the user. Means we will give the seconds, and process B calculates the hour, minutes and seconds and print into this format. And process ID and parents ID of the each and it will print the parent ID and the process ID. So now I'm gonna explain that program. The program is here. First, what we need, first process A is given first, and the second we need to give enter the seconds, and process B, the work of process B is mm, to calculate the seconds into hours, minutes and seconds and print into the formats, and that has to show the parent ID and the uh, parent ID and then child ID also. So here the program is given. First it will this is get PID. This will take the parent ID and it will store in the PID variables. In the process ID it will show, and if process ID equal to 0, it will create child process, and and it will ask for the seconds. If seconds is given, if will give second is like more than 6400, then it will calculate in hours. Otherwise it will the hours will come as a 0 and it will calculate all these things into the minute and seconds. Here we use get ppid. This is the because once we created the parent id, so no need to create again and again parent id. So this is the child id process, and after that it will print the child id, and this is the functions for converting seconds into the hours, minute and seconds. I'm gonna run this program. First it will compile. If no error is there, then see here process A ID is some 3100 345. Now it is asking for the seconds. If we give seconds like, so it will show the mm, it's a child process and parent ID is this, child ID is this, and that hours, minute and second it should come into this format. This came 1 hour 55 minutes. They have converted the second into minutes and hours. The second question is create the following process hierarchy and perform the following options. First, process A read the strings as an input from as a character array, and it will in the B process B it will reverse all the strings and display, and C is the used for check the whether the string which we have entered as a palindrome or not, and it will create the process ID as a parent ID of each process. I'm gonna explain that program. First, process A has the parent ID, and we need to give the string, and process B, the process B, first it will reverse the string, and this is the procedure for reverse the string, and it will if it will reverse the string, it will show the reverse string is this, and it fork system call we use to create the child process. Once we create the child process, no need to create an again and again chat process, and this is get PID. Get PID means it is used to get the parent ID from the beginning of the process, and it will show the parent ID, child process ID is this, and parent ID process is this. And this is the procedure for checking palindrome. If from the beginning and ending if we reverse, and if it is same, it will show uh, it is a palindrome, otherwise no. We have given here sleep. for 5 seconds, means it will create every process after 5 seconds. Now I'm gonna run this program. First we need to give enter any string. You will madam. So here you see the string length is 5, and it has created all this child process, parent ID, and reverse is madam is this same only, and this is parent row. So now the program is running successfully. The third question says like we have one root, that is parent process, and it has so many child processes. Example for B, C, D, E, F, and B checks for factorial and C checks for Armstrong, and D is used to print the Fibonacci series, and E a child is checked for the number for the prime and order, and F is reverse the number. At last it will print the process ID and the parent ID for each process. I'm going to explain that program. So here we are gonna do so many operations. First, time, and here fork system call that is used for child process. And if that first it will print the factorial of that number, which integers which we are going given here, and there is so many process get the ID, and it will create the parent ID and child ID and Fibonacci series. This is the functions for Fibonacci series, and for each process it will sleep for sometimes. Example for Fibonacci series, it will sleep for 2 milliseconds, and again it fork system will call, again it will create. And this is the processor for checking the Armstrong number, means whether the power of each digit gives the same value or not after adding all the powers of single digits. So this is the process for checking the Armstrong number and prime number, whether the integer which we have entered is divisible by 1 or itself or not. So if it is not, then it will go in the else part and it will check. And the third process is number. First we need to give integer like 1 to 1. So here you see that this is the integer which we have entered. Factorial of 1 to 1 is 0, and then process ID is this is the Fibonacci series because we have given 121, so it will be, go long. I'll give the small value like 12. So here you see it is not an Armstrong number. 12 factorial value is this, and then Fibonacci series is till 12 it will go, and this is not an Armstrong number, and 12 is not a prime number also, and reverse of 12 is 21. The program is running successfully. Thank you for watching.